What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Tyson, owner of Point Blank Performance. Today we got a 2012 Dodge Cummins. It's one of our customers' vehicles. So what he came in for, we're going to do a C4 HP package on it. So that kit entails all these parts plus more, all to make 800 horse. So we're going to go over fuel and valve train today, show you what we're speccing out for this engine build so we can make 800 horse. So let's start. So we got to pull fuel from somewhere. So on the tank, we've got our billet CNC sumps, 2 ports in it. They're all 1/2 inch. We'll cut a hole in the tank, put our plate up top, and it also has a return built into it. Makes it super easy. You guys ain't got to drop the tank. Fuel returns here. Doesn't get mixed up from the feeds for the fast fuel system. On this truck, we already have the fast. It's a 165 gallon per hour setup on it. Kev's gonna get you guys some videos of that. So fast 165. Now, for feeding this truck to make 800 horse, we've got a set of Dynamite diesel, 100 over injectors. They're coming in. Get you videos of that. We're gonna look and see what feeds those injectors. On this truck, we've already got 1 CP3 pump. We're gonna install 2 CP3 pumps. This is a fast. This is a fleece dual fueler setup. It's a 10 millimeter stroker pump. So this stroker pump's good for 700-800 horse alone. So we've got enough high pressure fuel for over 1,000 horse. So that's going to take care of feeding those injectors, making that real pressure stay high, making power. Next fun part, cams. So all the big thing on all the gas burner stuff, you put a cam in it, you've got all this crazy lope and all that. Not the same story with the diesel. So we've got a Hamilton cam. It's a 188 220 setup on this truck. We've ran this in big S475 kits, S471s. This is a S369. Still a T4 setup, but a little bit smaller, so that way we can have great drivability out on the road. And as you can tell, we got big 35-inch tall tires with 22s on it. So back to the cam. 188 220. You don't have to do nothing to the pistons. It's a straight drop in, put it in, and you go. But we got to have all the supporting mods to make sure that cam doesn't push a valve into a piston. So we're going to open up this box. So what we've got the valve springs. So stick with me on this. It's a 4-stroke engine. Intake, power, intake, compression, power, exhaust. 4 strokes on that engine. This valve spring, what its job to do is let's go straight to the exhaust. So we were all the way down at the bottom of the cylinder. We've got a valve right here that's hanging down. So imagine a valve hanging down and a piston's down here in the cylinder. It's time to let all those exhaust gases out. We can hear it out the exhaust. We know exhaust is coming out. Valve's hanging down, piston's down here. As it's traveling up, this piston gets close to the valve that's hanging down. The job of this valve spring is to recool that valve and to pull it back to its seat before the piston hits it. So that's what a valve spring does. If that doesn't happen, you're going to have a piston and a valve hit. When it hits, take out a cylinder head, take out a piston, whatever. We all know how expensive injectors are. Sitting on top of those valve springs, you've got a billet tool steel retainers. These are from Hamilton Cam also, so they're going to sit on top of it, keep that spring in place and not dancing around on top of the head. That's a real thing. Next thing is you got your push rods. There's 2 stages in a Hamilton setup. These are the Hamilton Stage 2 Extreme Duty. So the main job of these is on this cam, we've got tappets. We've got tappets that ride on these lobes. When that lobe comes up, it's at its highest peak. So that means it's pushed up on a push rod. As it's pushed up, rocker arm comes down. When it comes down, you've got all that pressure in a cylinder. That's called cylinder pressure. 10, 20, 30, 40,000. I don't know, we've never gauged it, but it's high. On that, if this push rod starts to deflect, wobble in a cylinder, and as we refer back to the exhaust stroke, if that valve hangs down, this thing bends and doesn't let it recool fast enough because this didn't do its job and stay on this low, you're going to have a piston hit another valve. So these are just as important as the springs if they have a problem in the cylinder. So that's a little bit of cam knowledge. The guys at Hamilton Cam, they're way above my pay grade. So you can also refer to them too on any of this information. So that will take care of our springs, our cam, our retainers, and our push rods. You need all that to complete a package. Next thing we're going to focus on is tuning. Tuning, I would say, is just as crucial as anything. Timing, rail pressure, duration, trans line pressure, torque converter lockup, that is a huge thing. Everybody seems to be doing it, but only few are the best at it, in my opinion. So we're going with fire pump diesel on this truck. We've ran a lot of tuning, and for street drivability, there's people who will use on more competition, but still something you can use daily. This is what we're going to go with. So this is an EasyLink 2.0. The way this works, we've got an iPad already installed in the dash. We'll show you videos of that. That way we can see rail pressure, timing, engine RPMs, converter lockup, transmission slip. We can see all that through this EasyLink device. They communicate through Wi-Fi. So again, fire pump diesel will be handling the tuning on this truck. That'll take care of that. The next thing on all of our C4 kits, so we try to deck out the truck. As you can see, the Allen's truck's already sporting the wheels. He's got a rear badge on it, and now we're going to go underneath the truck. But on the front, this is a demo of our front badge for it. It's a Longhorn edition. So we've got the tan and black. So anytime you do a C4 kit, you're coming in, you want to make 800 horse, we do our part, put all the billet goodies on. Really show that bling on the engine. Next thing we got up is one of our billet valve covers. So on these billet valve covers, we've got 2 ports for the crankcase. We do route those into a vibrant can, so that way the engine can breathe. So if we're building up all those cylinder pressures, you're going to have a little bit of compression go by those rings. It comes up, it's got to vent, it's got to breathe, guys. So if it doesn't, you're going to have problems. Things leak from who knows where. So this is one of our C4 valve covers, all dialed up. This isn't the exact one going on that truck, but it is one. So guys, how you can reach us, I'm Tyson at Point Blank. You can refer to our website at pointblankperformance.com. Our Instagram accounts, if you want to check out what our shop work, what we got going on here of our realistic shop work from repairs to high performance builds, it's PBP Motorsports on Instagram. If you want to check out the cooler stuff, like we're going to competition stuff, builds, we're going to lifted trucks, whatever, Point Blank Performance, check that out. Also Snapchat, Point Blank Performance, and as well as our YouTube page, Point Blank Performance. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Tyson. Thanks.